powers, you ignore that's over the industry. Masters of deflection, controlling who be the centerpiece. And that be the issue, the posters and magazines with visa students getting ruined as food for thought, look at any feed. I research, compared and contrasted what be legit was weak. And fell down the rabbit hole in Wonderland, ain't so pretty, see. You gon' leave this knowing for sure to move independently without cursing record deals, but first let's start with some history. They didn't always love our music, it got restricted, we were limited. Even burnt the buildings where we all did our thing. Sugar Hill Records was the first in starting the deal for us. Many of us wouldn't have ever known about Sylvia, she did it. Look like with good intentions, first to sign hip-hop artists and fund them, that's our beginnings. But her husband connections were gangster disguised by business, cause Roulette Records extorted the Morris Levy was winning. Charged and already convicted, but this the hell that comes with all that money, wealth, and the riches when stamped by the devil's imprint. Who you think got the benefit of the splits from them spins? That's looking fishy. The top said you drop, you give it all and not just 50. Been treating you like a pipsqueak. This'll be a blueprint for shady deals once you pen with ink. Cause crimes and the murder was set it up with the funds. Why they say you sold your soul to the devil, sign it in blood. Either way in 1980, see all of it wasn't filthy, we were positive. Some were called politic to make a difference. Into Jerry Heller who signed the NWA and flooded with gangster music that irresponsible way. But there's connections with the violence, the marketing, and the profits. Jerry Heller had hit the contract, so Cuban ISIS with the group and even cheated who stayed with them, that was easy E. But there's still some things that we can't ignore under secrecy, like why the president accept them into that dinner. And they were Republican like Trump, so what was in it for them? If you think that's just for exposure, pardon your ignorance. The truth will fade into a conspiracy if it isn't checked. Cause labels are stock in the private prison, so there's interest when this behavior's marketed just to feel it. Any different from the posthumous albums and the insurance that put on the life of artists who's beefing about to get killed. But before there was talk of a big three, Warner, Sony, and then Universal would carry that title, the big leagues. Monopolies masterminded what'll drop and don't get free. An army that has the bombs while you front with lines and get shot when you get seen. So much about crime and culture, I don't see enough about Mottolla. All that abuse done to Mariah, though we could get away. Try to cut her in a closet, broke up with the government fashions. He's a 9-year-old son controlling the artist, he had vice grips on him. Even Michael Jackson came out and told you Mottolla the devil when he tried to warn us. Became a free agent, so much power ownership, his allegations was like time explosives. Even the link could have been time involved in a lethal injection. They gave the mic a hold, there ain't no passing it upstanding. You upstanding with us cause they wanna scare you into staying slave. Can't imagine being happy enough, racking it up. Even if they label that to get you paid, it's a shame. Talk about Dr. Dre and Miss Chalet, well none of that ever should be accepted. But it's all for the record to be protected. The truth is the dead, the lie was to resurrect it. All that heat on Diddy, I got him melted, cause even he got images with the internet finna press him. Might have put money behind them secret parties and free calls, it's looking like he invested. Know how to keep it above him, call it the silence, get rid of the problem. We can get deeper, but this where it's hard, because he ain't the only one cooking up charges, cause it's disheartening. When you look at these artists who starting the label, who mentored, who taught them, we all in the spotlight, who's hidden in the darkness. They just like the wolf, we the sheep up in Wall Street. All of that evil will haunt you. And speaking to Diddy, his teacher was part of it. Probably got more on the sheet you can mark than the F. Go by the name of Clive Davis. Be ashamed that he not chained up in a little cell for all that he got away with. Give you a career just off of the right favors. He told you he go both ways, he not safe from his urges. And Diddy was like his favorite, funded to start a bad boy. Diddy get made it. Imagine how he feel while fighting his allegations, and none of them behind it with thoughts to try to save him. They moving so shameless, all participated but they getting no cases. Make sure they get white from appearing close changes. The charges like the parties, they ain't giving no faces. But charges to the game cause they really both players. But when his grandfather then, they didn't know relation, maybe just Caucasian. You get a wake up call when there ain't no more use for what you came with. The fraud in the government, even tax evasion. Fired from Colombia for using corporate funds on his son payola. Bribing all the stages to overplay his artists, monopolize placement. Funneling the drug rings for this artist payments, but never spend a day behind bars. Who's saving them? But that ain't the worst cause it really goes shady. With all the mob ties, it get really so gangster. See, he might be connected to hits on his artists and not just the records, the killings and marks, but they are redirected to Diddy to target with crimes that he's done, but they really were partners. But what happened to Whitney, the Poison, Heavy D, I'll be sure Kim, and then Biggie? You think that they all were just killed off by Diddy? Well maybe, but I think his mentor was with him, but doesn't mean that they pulled the trigger. You should know it get deeper the way it's did. Every man for himself, you see that they play the win, and unfortunately you've been compromised, your reign is ended. Most hated with gangster privilege. They're not the only ones we can name with offenses. Try to make us the source of all of the ugliness when you know the labels were born out of corruption. But look how we done here. I chip at it till it becomes clear. These labels be flexing their artists as earnest like cremation jury when done with them. Earnest the way we get burned with it. Light it for gods you worshiping. They know that your temper, your permanence, drama gon' always be worth it at your expense. Capitalism, you should know all of it always have been about greed. So can you blame all the men that the system it raised like Lyhor and Jimmy Iovine? Even if they had intentions were clean, this industry already built on this evil. But even they divide and conquer to fill up their pockets, especially beef. I don't believe in necessary evils. If that's the root that you grew from, your fruit will bear them features. I mean, there's more opportunity for discovery, but labels still built on pyramid schemes, and we struggling. Jimmy Iovine and bought up all of your favorite artists. This how Universal became so powerful. We enlarged it. Lyhor came with 360 deals. Don't work if you got no leverage. An invasion into our creativity made a cesspool out the mainstream. I can't respect Drake in that defamation, but I know that instigation that's pushed by the labels don't care about safety. You think about Pac and Biggie and 50 and Game and those altercations, knowing involvement in gangs, but people like Lyhor and Jimmy are warned but crave it, and Lucian Grange in it. But we can't just skip over what happened to Lupe. He told us that Kallman was shady with tactics to trap you, so you stay. Secretly selling his published, and then he comes back and offer a deal. NBA YoungBoy experienced it, nothing has changed, and this after making the millions. You still here? Oh, okay, well let's wrap this up. Look, all of this credit is deep. It's way more connected to Tetris it seems, cause ever since Jeffrey Epstein, these dirty execs have been stressing they seen. I only came for the truth, and go for what you all afraid to pursue. All of these men that I named are powerful and they all claim they are Jews. I wanna deal with the claims. Important to know who is real and who's fake. I know who it feels to be blamed, but those who pretend and don't do what it say, and this what the public is gave. It's why they convinced that religion outdated, cause you never met any real ones to stand on the word. My explanation, the Jews follow Moses' destination, and there's a Messiah they expect, they waiting. The people are righteous, the ones that are striving, sticking to the Torah for their best behavior. But here in the Bible there's a separation. Revelations 2 and 3, 9 explains it. It made clear the synagogue is Satan, so they Jews but they not, that exposed the fake one. Just because you raised as a Jew or came from, doesn't mean you stay to continue the faith. It's like you could be Arabian in Saudi Arabia and not be a Muslim. It's just the faith, but it's damage done by the fakers who seek the riches. We tend to have control of how we present it. Sign all the artists with the weak intentions, get predatory with age when they need assistance, using them for nothing but the greed expensive. We don't own our culture, it seeds my business. I think a real Jew would try to keep a distance, like they not like us, wouldn't beef with kindred, cause that ain't what they follow when they think religion. I'm pretty sure they hoping that you see a difference. Should really call them out for the evil did, cause they lumber you in with them when they seen as wicked as a mass, and they overuse anti-Semitic. But how do we deal with if you any black, giving them all of this wealth, but they get to kill our careers when they mad? See, when will we get independent in that, and stop them from owning our business and mass, and start making our own decisions without interference, and stop from continuing that powers that you ignore?